Welcome back. Casey Campbell with Great Lakes Post. We are pleased to be joined by Cliff Daniels, the crew chief of the number 5 Chevrolet for Kyle Larson and Hendrick Motorsports in the NASCAR Cup Series. How's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty well. I hope you are.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. So talk about this weekend because you're coming off a win. You're going to the championship 4. That leaves you guys to try some things and stuff, maybe experiment some things, look at really that. But what's the approach of the 5 team this weekend? And also, what was it like going to the championship 4?
Yeah, first, the approach for this weekend in Kansas, we don't really plan to do anything crazy or different out of the box. We've had some good, 550 races with our package this year. And, we definitely want to have a fast car and run up front. So there's a lot that we actually learned with what we did at Texas that we're going to try to apply to Kansas and just go try to have a solid day. We definitely want to be there, to help our teammate, the 9, if we can. Obviously, run up front, share notes on air pressures or strategy or whatever. And again, just try to be up there in the mix and have a shot at it. And then to be locked into the championship 4, it's pretty special. It's quite a blessing. We've had a great year this year. Our team has really dug hard through all types of different situations. I think we've learned to be pretty versatile. We've had to learn to be tough. Kyle has certainly only gotten better, which sounds crazy to say, but he's only gotten better as the year has gone on. And I think we're in a good spot right now. So definitely looking forward to Phoenix, and we'll go fight hard.
So going into this weekend at Kansas, another 550 track, what has been with you guys in the 550 package? What's really been the biggest success with you guys with that?
Yeah, there's a couple things that we've kind of learned both to do and what not to do the last handful of years. There's a couple of races that we had last year with Jimmy that were just really, really good. And for one reason or another, things didn't work out. There's times that we ended up getting caught up in a late race crash or different things, but we had some good notes to build on from those races. Plus, last year our teammates, Greg and Alex, and then Alan and Chase, had some great runs with their cars at the 550 races. So we were in a pretty fortunate position to start this year where we could pull from our notes and the great notes from the teammates around us and try to put the best package forward. It doesn't always work out like that, but we've been okay this year.
So really kind of coming into this weekend, the next 2 weekends, I mentioned it earlier. What's really we're going to mile and a half and then a short track at Martinsville. What are those 2 races going to be like for you to get ready for Phoenix?
Yeah, they're both a lot different from each other, of course, but they're also a lot different from Phoenix. So I think for us, it's just going to be to stay the path that we've been on, prepare fast cars, try to run up front. Going to Martinsville, that's always a challenge because you know that it can be a tough race and guys are going to be driving hard. Admittedly, that hasn't been a great track for us here recently, but the 9 had a great run last fall. We had a pretty solid run this spring, so we're hoping to kind of build on what that is and be good. And then Phoenix is kind of its own animal, so we're going to have to treat it as its own and make sure we do a good job and get the right things right for there.
So really going into Kansas, Martinsville, and then just really the whole season, what's been the biggest thing that you've noticed out of Kyle this year? This is his best year in his NASCAR career. What's it been like to see Kyle grow this season?
Yeah, I think it's been a part of seeing him grow, but grow within kind of the framework that he already had for himself. That was pretty interesting for me to see. Any great driver, any great competitor in any sport for that matter, does their share of homework, and he puts in the hours to do the work, to study his race notes, to study video, old race replays, whatever data that we have that we can share with him. He puts in the work. He cares about refining every little thing that he sees of himself, whether it's driving a fast lap or how to manage a restart or how to get on pit road better, like whatever it is, he's always willing to study. Thankfully, I've been able to see him in some different environments, not only different track types for us, but I've been able to go with him to some sprint car races, been to a handful of late model races with him this year on the dirt, and just kind of watch and learn his approach for those races. I don't know that there's anything new that he's doing particularly this year. I think he's just been becoming, really, really comfortable with his prep and seeing it pay off and knowing the importance of it. So he definitely puts in a lot of work to be as good as he is.
What have you noticed out of the whole 5 team, not just Kyle, but the pit crew as well? The pit crew, the road crew, all of it.
Yeah, we have such a strong team, and I tell the guys all the time, you're only as strong as your weakest link, and from a personnel standpoint, we just don't have any weak links, and that's so fortunate to have, because everybody, when they look around the room, they know that they can lean on anybody in the room for whatever is in front of us that week. If there's a challenge with getting the car prepared, if there's a challenge at the racetrack, challenge during a pit stop, whatever it may be, our guys know that they can lean on one another. That sounds so simple and basic, but it really is so powerful. So our weaknesses really come in the form of just items of executing a race or prep things that we all have a very common and similar approach on making ourselves better every week. So we get to focus on minimizing our weaknesses and maximizing our strengths. And when you have good people in all departments on our team right now, from the guys at the shop, guys on the road, and of course the guys pitting the car, again, that is such a simple and basic foundational quality to have, but it is so powerful when everybody is rowing the canoe in the same direction, and that's what we have.
How are you guys? How are you? And with crew chiefs and all this, and it's getting toward, there's only 3 races left to go in the season. With everything with the next gen cars, trying to get everything and all that. Are you doing anything with that, or are you just kind of focused on the championship right now?
I've had a little bit of exposure to next gen. There was the test at the Charlotte road course recently, right after, actually the day after we ran the road course. And then we have a great group of guys here at the shop that have been working on getting our cars put together, learning a lot more about the next gen cars. There's some managers, some fabricators, some mechanics, some engineers. We've had a good team of folks that have been working on that project. So I know that no matter the outcome of the season, right after Phoenix, all that's going to kind of get turned over to the crew chiefs and to the teams for us to own and continue the development. But we've been really fortunate to have, a great group of people here at Hendrick Motorsports working on those efforts. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a change for sure. It's going to be a learning curve for everybody. But it's a good step for our sport, and we'll make the best of
it. And talk about what you need to do to have a successful day at Kansas for the 5 team.
To have a successful day at Kansas, I think, trying to manage what we can for strategy well. There luckily won't be that many instances where you'll see guys making a strategy call of rights or lefts or things like that. Tires kind of do matter. Maybe late in the race, you could see some mixed tire strategies. We're gonna have to be tough on pit road. We're gonna have to be tough on restarts. And really step one, if I back up, step one is just to have a fast car. And I think that goes to any race in the Cup field. If you've got a fast car, that opens up your options. So a lot to take in, but I think our team's ready.
All right. Well, Cliff Daniels, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us. Good luck this weekend at Kansas, and good luck in the championship 4 at Phoenix.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.